Pam, and we're from West Erie Lowe's, and we're going to show you how easy it is to create a beautiful accent wall or room using the Valspar Venetian plaster. Alright, so let's start off. It's very thick. It's much thicker than a regular paint. So instead of using a brush, we use these Venetian plaster spatulas, and you get 3 of these in a variety of sizes so that you can get into tight spots. You get some smaller ones. But we're going to use a larger one here. That's good. Oh, actually, a little more. You start off with your flat wall or your primed wall. All right, and you're going to work in about 3-foot sections. And Jim put about just that much in the tray because it dries so quickly, all right? So you're going to put a little bit on the end of your spatula and start off doing just a random pattern, okay? And you want to make it really smooth, okay? So when you have these ridges here, you're going to knock them down. Just go over, working in a 3-foot section at a time, all right? Now, if you miss a spot here or there, it's okay, because we're going to do another coat of the same thing. Can you guys hear me okay when I'm facing this? This color right here is called Terra Rosa, but this is available in 32 different colors. They're nice warm colors, so they can go in almost any room of your house, except it's not recommended for a bathroom or a wet area. You can do it in a kitchen, but you're probably going to want to put a clear coat on it, and I'll show you that later too. So you just kind of work randomly, covering most of it, knocking that down. What we're trying to simulate is actually a polished marble. This technique originated in Venice. They were trying to get the look of a polished marble, but it was way too heavy for the muddy ground there. So they took a lime plaster and they added in marble dust. And this is what they came up with. It was widely used in Europe up until the 1900s. And then this is Valspar's way of trying to simulate that. So work your area. Smooth it in. If you paint a lot, you know that when you paint, your color usually dries much darker. Venetian plaster is the exact opposite of that. It dries much lighter. So you want to get your board just about like that, or your wall, or your section.
Does it matter how even the coat is applied? You're not exactly even.
Well, you're going to do 2 coats. So you're going to do 1 2 smooth coats.
Yeah. I'm trying to make it fairly smooth. Okay? So wherever I create a ridge, I'm trying to knock it down. Okay? It's an illusion of depth with a very smooth surface. You can see it's starting to dry up here already. This section. And like I said, you could leave a couple little areas, not a big deal. You just don't want to leave a real high ridge on there. Okay?
Is it a very forgiving material?
Forgiving in not showing.
You can keep working with it, correct your mistakes as you go along.
You can, yeah, because actually, I'm going to leave this board just like this, okay? So, you got it? So that's your first coat. Alright? And then when that dries, it'll look like this. difference in color? It's really a lot lighter. So then you're going to take your same trowel and do a second coat. Yes, please. When you're working with this, if it starts to dry on your spatula, you're going to want to clean that off, because if it gets crusty, it's going to drag through and create a scratch, and you're not going to like that. Okay, so start in an area.
Same shade.
Same exact shade, yeah. And what you're doing is just building up another layer here. In any random way. If you had a ridge from your first coat, you're going to be knocking it down with this or smoothing it out, kind of leveling it off. Just continue. And if you had any bare spots, you're going to make sure those are filled in.
The first coat has to be completely dry before you apply the second?
Yes. Yeah. It dries anywhere between 1 to 4 hours, depending on the humidity. So you'll let that dry before you start your second coat. You can apply a third coat if you want to, depending on how much depth you want to give this. You can do 3 or 4 coats. I've only ever done 2 with a single color.
Can I have that paint again? Is it a special paint or just any latex you use?
No, it's a special paint.
It's like a Polo, Ralph Lauren, or it's a special paint just for this application.
It's
Valspar, I know that, but I'm just saying they have different types of paints for different applications. This is for this application.
Yes. Venetian
It's
plaster.
not like I go and paint my wall with it. You do that.
Exactly.
Right, yeah. This is the only technique for it.
Venetian plastics, you say?
Yeah, I'm sure. You can probably see it here in the can, but it's very, very thick.
So you get your second coat on there, smoothing everything down, filling in any holes that you may have had from the first coat. Then the fun part comes. Yes?
How long does it usually take to dry?
Between 1 to 4 hours. Okay? So it dries fairly quickly. I mean, it's starting to dry as I'm working with it right here. So this has 2 coats on it here that have already dried. Now, if you just wanted that look, a matte look like that, you could leave it like that, but the idea is to have a high polished marble look. So what you're going to do is either take the side, the flat side of your spatula, or if you have a tool of your own, this is what I've used in many cases, you begin to burnish a section. And you're rubbing really, really hard, but you're not using anything that's going to scratch it. And you're going to bring up this high shine. And you're going to bring up these wrinkles that appear from nowhere, it seems. Just rubbing in a circular motion. Can you see that start to come alive there?
The light's kind of funky.
We have a finished one, which I'll show you in a minute as well.